Best dresses to complement and suit your natural body type, your natural body silhouette. So there are 5 common ones, but of course there are way more than 5. Some women find that they have parts of one and parts of another. So try to take elements from each that best suit you and combine it in a way that works best for you. The best way to know what suits you the best is for you to actually try it on, look in the mirror, and gauge how you feel about it, how you feel in it, how you look in it, and decide from there. Remember, this is just a guide, not a steadfast rule. You can wear whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. But this is just a guide for those who are looking for the guidance. So if you're a rectangle body type, that means you don't really have any waist definition. Your shoulders, your waist, and your hips are more likely in line with each other than there being any indentation or any difference in width compared to those 3 points. You look at the shoulders, waist, hips, and in some cases bust. So if you're a rectangle body type, the goal for you is to match the top and the bottom. So as above, so below. So that means you're gonna match the same proportions around your shoulder line and around your hips. So if you see a dress and it has ruffles around the shoulder and it has a ruffle hemline, that will most likely look good on you. And when you do that now, it adds visual curves to your look. So one of the dresses that have these elements is called the X-line dress, and this is what it looks like. Another intention for the rectangle body type when they're wearing dresses is to define the waist. That means to make the waist look smaller than the shoulder line and the hip line. So this also will help to add visual curves to the rectangle body. So dresses that do this are the empire waist dress. So this waist is right under the bust. Wrap dresses and belted dresses. You can also play with this trick by using colors. So if it's like a color blocked dress, try to have a dress or find a dress that has the darker color around the waist and the brighter color on the top and bottom, above the waist and below the waist. This will also visually help to define the waist. And another good dress for the rectangle body type is the shift dress. It has clean lines and tailoring, and it sits nicely on the rectangle body type. So when you're dressing for your body type, you're not just visually changing the shape of your body, but you're also complementing the lines of your body, not going against it, going with the flow of it. And the shift dress does this well for the rectangle body type. So some of the dresses for you to avoid are boxy and baggy styles. This emphasizes the lack of curves and definition, and dresses that flare out too wide, it will just have like contradicting lines for the rectangle body type. If for the inverted triangle body type, the goal for you is to add volume to the hips to balance out the wider shoulder or bust line, and to define the waist, and to also use simple lines to complement it and not overcomplicate your look. So when you're adding volume to the hip part, this will, like I said, this will help you to add balance to the wider upper body. So dresses that helps to add volume to the hip area are fit and flare dresses, and this also helps to define the waist in the process, which is also a great intention for dressing the inverted triangle body type when wearing dresses. You have like 2 different types of fit and flare dresses. You have the ones that flare from the waist, and you also have the ones that flare from the hip. If you have like a shorter torso, it's best to go for dresses that flare from the hip, so that you don't have that immediate take off right after your bust, because that can make your waist area look cluttered and bigger than it actually is. So if you're one of those types that have bigger bust and a shorter waist on top of it, it's best to go for dresses that flare from the hips as opposed to flaring from the waist, so that it can elongate your waist and it can create a visual balance on your look. A-line dresses are also good for this body type to achieve the adding volume to the hips goal. Just any type of details on the lower part of your dress. This will attract attention towards the hip area and away from the upper body, which will create visual balance. Details on the lower part of the dress are like pleats, flares, patterns, embellishments, lighter colors in compared to the upper body, and anything that just draws your eye to that area. So that can be patterns, textures, brighter colors, etc. And the other goal is to define the waist for the inverted triangle when they're wearing dresses. So when you define the waist, in addition to adding volume to the hip area, this will really help to balance out the wider upper body if that's what you want to do. So dresses that has a paneled waist or a nipped waist or wrap dresses will help. Like I said, it depends on the other elements of your body. If you have bigger bust and a shorter waist, then not all wrap dresses will work. The panel dress will best suit you if you're able to accommodate the bigger bust, because sometimes I just feel like some of us just need to be able to like create our own dresses, because it's hard to find dresses or find clothing that accommodate some of our bodies, because we have like a combination of uniqueness that is not necessarily considered when designing for high volume. Because when brands are designing pieces, they're designing for a majority of people, which makes sense, because they have to sell the clothes, and if it doesn't fit, people are not going to buy it. So that's why sometimes a lot of women get neglected, because their body type is so unique. Clothes or pieces are not designed to accommodate them. And another goal when looking for the best dresses for your inverted triangle body type is to go for dresses with simple lines, like not too many ruffles, not too many scallop hems. Like clean lines will help this body type to look harmonious and neat, because there's a lot going on with the body already. You don't want to have too much going on in the wrong places. And in some cases you just want to have dresses that have like clean simple lines. So the shift dress is one of those things. Yes, I love shift dresses too. I love wearing shift dresses. This is like a most recent discovery for me, because I always felt like I was limited to bodycon dresses as a hourglass body type, but shift dresses are great for me. I love shift dresses. I think those are one of the dresses that fits most body type, thankfully. So yeah, shift dresses will look great on inverted triangle body type. Dresses inverted triangle body types should avoid. So avoid dresses that has emphasis around the shoulder line, that has too many embellishments around the bust area. If you already have a lot of bust and you don't want to make it look any bigger or highlight it. So your dresses that have details and embellishments around the shoulder area, the neckline, and dresses that are fitted at the bottom. If you wear dresses that are fitted at the bottom, it will overemphasize the wider shoulders or the bigger bust, and it doesn't help to balance out the wider shoulders. And also, if you wear dresses that are color blocked, like there's one color at the top, one color at the bottom, dresses with a lighter color at the top and a darker color at the bottom you should also avoid if you want to balance out the wider upper body. Darker colors make things look more subdued. Avoid dresses with darker colors at the bottom. Hourglass body types are considered to be the most ideal ones, but when it comes onto style and dressing, I personally think that dresses that are harmonious to the hourglass body type are less than the other body types. Like the other body types, I think, are able to have more fun with silhouettes and styles. Like I think we're somewhat limited in terms of style. There's a lot of limits in terms of looking harmonious, to be honest. The goal is also to define the waist without adding more to the upper body or the lower body, unless you want to. So dresses that help you to define the waist are nipped waist dresses, belted dresses, wrap dresses, paneled waist dresses, bodycon dresses, and bias cut dresses. Now, of course, there are variations. We have women who have hourglass body type, but kind of have like a bigger bust, so they visually appear top heavy, and so they can get away with wearing dresses that has a lot of volume on the bottom, on the hip area of the dresses, and stuff like that. So, like I said, like it just comes down to you knowing your body and doing what works best for your body and for your interests and preferences and comfort. Dresses with voluminous skirts will make the waist appear even smaller. Tulip skirts, peplums, and just full skirts, full volume, princess cut type of dresses also look good on hourglass body types, because it helps to make the waist look smaller. Like it just highlights the small waist and makes it look smaller as well. So if you're hourglass body type and you feel like um sometimes you look top heavy, these types of dresses can help you to add that slight balance that you need, that slight balance to make you feel seamless, you know. If you want to appear more curvaceous with the hourglass body type, wear dresses that adds volume to the upper body and the lower body while keeping the waist defined. So dresses that has embellishments, ruffles, pockets on both the bust area and the hip area. Both. Of course, leave the waist simple or define it even more with a belt or darker colors around the waist. If you want to downplay your curves as an hourglass body type, wear darker colors, wear shift dresses. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes when I'm not in the mood to boast my curves, I wear shift dresses. I love shift dresses. But even if you don't want to downplay your curves, shift dresses also look great on hourglass body types. Yeah, so if you want to downplay your curves, wear darker colors, wear dresses with vertical stripes, wear shift dresses, and wear dresses that are slightly bigger than your normal size. Like if you wear a bodycon dress in an extra small, wear a small instead to give yourself a little bit more room, but don't go too big because it will make you look bigger than you actually are, unless that's what you want. So pear body type. So pear bodies have wider lower bodies than their upper bodies. Goal for the pear body type, if they want their silhouette to look more balanced, is to add volume to the upper body. So you want to add volume to the upper body, and you want to highlight or continue to define your small waist, because your waist is usually smaller compared to your lower body. So A-line dresses are good for hair body types because it helps to skim over the wider lower body, and it also helps to define the waist. Wrap dresses, of course. All right, so dresses with wider shapes at the bottom helps to conceal. It just skims over the wider hips. It doesn't highlight it as much like a bodycon or more fitted silhouette dresses. So dresses that help you to accomplish this goal by balancing the lower body by adding volume to the upper body are X-line dresses. Empire waist dresses do this as well. So dresses that have like puff sleeves, it has ruffles around the shoulder. Dresses off the shoulder neckline dresses are great. Dresses that has a thicker or more rich texture at the top and a more simple, smoother skirt will also look great on pear body type. Dresses with a tulip skirt on it will also help. The tulip skirt has like a slit, which kind of like helps to cut, like it has a vertical line running on the lower body, so it kind of cuts the width visually. Dresses to avoid when you have a pear body type and you want to add balance to your body. Avoid straight cut dresses, boxy cut dresses. Um, these make the pear body look heavier than it actually is because it adds volume to the upper body without defining the waist. So dresses with thicker fabrics, if it's a type of dress that only has thick fabric from the waist up, then that works. But if the entire dress is a thicker fabric, it's going to let the lower body look thicker. If you don't want to emphasize the thicker lower body, then avoid dresses with thicker fabrics right throughout. And dresses with dropped waist as well does not complement the pear body type at all. So apple body type. So apple bodies usually have a fuller midsection. And so the goal for dressing the apple body type is usually to skim over the midsection and distract from the midsection, so to highlight the upper body and the lower body so that it downplays the midsection. So when we say we want to skim over the midsection, we want the fabric to fall nicely over it, to not cling to it, to not show it up, not to show every detail of the midsection, but it just falls over it nicely and gently. And also, like, dresses that have hemlines that flare out a little bit will also add balance to the silhouette. By having a wider lower body, it will downplay the wider midsection. So dresses that do this are shift dresses. I tell you, shift dresses, A-line dresses help to do this as well. Empire waist are great on apple body types. Bias cut dresses, wrap dresses as well. So wrap dresses that help you to tailor the midsection to your preference and comfort. And it also helps to give the bust a lift, which will also distract from the midsection. And a lifted bust will also visually separate the midsection, so it will help to visually create like a defined waist. So it has that, like, it cuts that volume in the midsection. Yeah, so like I said, the other way to do this is to distract from the midsection. So dresses that helps to distract from the midsection, it will have details and elements and embellishments around the shoulder area, the neckline, the hem, on the sleeve. These details and embellishments will help to draw attention away from the midsection and towards the fun. Textures and patterns will also help to do this as well. Particularly like diagonal lines will help to visually cut the volume on the midsection, and also bigger patterns help to visually conceal the volume of the midsection. Belts are a great way to help define waist if it's comfortable for you. It's not the case for every woman with the apple body type or with volume in the midsection. So for the apple body type, avoid dresses with fine fabric because these would tend to show every detail of the midsection. So fine jersey fabrics, avoid those, and delicate fabrics. Those are the best dresses for your body type. It's summer season. It's time to put on the dresses. Hopefully this guide was helpful for you in some way. Hopefully it helped to bring attention to different silhouettes that are available that you can start looking for. Maybe you haven't heard of some dresses with some styles. Okay, this is not working. Hopefully it was able to bring to your attention some dresses, some types of silhouettes that you can start considering if you've never considered before. Feel free to type in these dress styles and silhouettes in Google, click the shopping tab and see what comes up if you're not familiar with some of these things. So like, for example, like empire waist dress. I hope this was helpful. I see you guys in the next video. Remember to check out the other body type videos so you can combine the elements